Welcome back, y'all. Yeah, Chuck is ready with them things.
Hey, yo, man. I'd have lit Chuck up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, C. Blair 15.
Come on, man.
He hardly sat down before he jumped into that, and then here it is, boom.
Why you backing up? I'm just showing what Rudy Gobert was doing. He hit a guard, too. You can't back up on a guard.
Kyle Anderson's not 6'9". He's 6'9".
Come on, man. Slow-mo is like 6'6".
He's 6'9".
You're not worried about a guy swinging at you named Slow-mo? No.
That's exactly
Slow-mo's in Jersey, though.
Can we move on? Later tonight, we will bring you the 7-8 matchup in the West. The Lakers were number 13 at the All-Star break, then went 16-7, the best record in the conference, to climb 6 spots. It wasn't enough to put them in the playoff field, but it did put them at home for the play-in, where they will face the punch-drunk Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. Allie LaForce will be working the sidelines in L.A., and we check in with her now. Dealer's choice here, Allie. You can talk Lakers first or Timberwolves. I'll leave it up to you.
Reasons. Anthony Davis said yesterday, I came here to win. And think about this. This organization can count on one finger the number of playoff games that they have won in this building in LeBron James' tenure. I mean, it's hard to wrap your mind around when you think about the Lakers' postseason history, when you think about LeBron's postseason history. The urgency is there. LeBron is playing great basketball in his last 4 games, averaging 30 points, shooting 51% from the field, 49% from 3. Anthony Davis has been relatively healthy, playing in 29 of 31 games. And D'Angelo Russell is healthy, relatively speaking, as well. But listen to this. Those 3, the Lakers' big 3, have played in only 8 games together this season. They're 7-1 in those games, so they feel really good about that. But those injuries were helpful in developing the depth and some of those players that the team brought in when they transformed the roster at the trade deadline, and that's really paying off. As for Minnesota, I talked to team president Tim Connolly today, and he said, listen, he said publicly that this is embarrassing. He told me and confirmed that this was his decision to suspend Rudy Gobert. The players didn't get together. It wasn't a coaching decision. It was the leadership from higher-ups' decision to do this. And what it was is it was a statement in emotion controlled. Jaden McDaniels, if you remember, in college led the Pac-12 in technical fouls. The Minnesota Timberwolves lead the league in technical fouls. He was sending a message to this team. This cannot be a habit that we create if we want to make a deep run in the playoffs and become a franchise that is known as a playoff team. We cannot be throwing ill-timed punches and leaving our team hanging in the most important time of the year. Now, I talked to Mike Conley. He said the relationship is fine with Gobert. Worse stuff has happened in practices. In the heat of the moment, these are the kind of things that happen, as all of you on the set know. They've all messaged with him or talked to him on the phone individually. They haven't seen him in person because the team left early the next morning. But the relationship is not damaged. It's just that they have an uphill climb against a Lakers team who's running hot right now.
Allie LaForce, thank you very much for the information. Appreciate you. Talk at you later. Let's talk now about this matchup. Let's start right there. And again, as Allie points out, you guys as players know that stuff goes on in huddle, stuff goes on in a locker room. Rarely do you see a punch thrown in the course of a game. But yeah.
Obviously those two are holding each other accountable, a.k.a. arguing. And somebody probably said something, and then, at a point to where it gets personal.
Well, the B word was thrown around according to reports.
Okay, so when you throw the B word, now, a guy takes it personal. He doesn't, what would you call me? And things like that happen. You're right, it's not supposed to happen in a game. Happens in practice all the time, happens on street basketball. But despite all that, the pressure's still on the Lakers. They know this team is down. Young fella hurt his hand. They must win this game tonight. And I know they have another chance if they lose, but they're down. You guys are playing great. You're talking about winning championship. You're at home. No excuses tonight. And not only should we win, we should send a message. Because me and Charles were in the locker room talking. I think the Lakers can get Memphis. I think they can beat Memphis. I'm not saying kill them, but I think if it stretches out to 5, 6, 7, I think they can get Memphis. So
I think
pressure's on the Lakers tonight. It's a must-win for the Lakers.
Let's stick with the Gobert story for right now, as he is suspended for this game before we move on.
I don't think the Gobert thing matters personally. They're not going to beat the Lakers because, to me, this is a perfect scenario for the Lakers. I'm just telling you, I'm going to pick them to beat Memphis. I think the Brandon Clark and the Steven Adams injuries are too big to overcome. when I was sitting there, I was looking at these games this weekend. I'm like, man, this thing is working out perfect for the Lakers. They just got to beat Memphis at home. They got an undermanned Memphis team, a Memphis team, because Steven Adams and Brandon Clark, man, they are huge pieces to what. I mean, now your team gets really small, and it gets like Brandon Clark to me is one of the best offensive rebounder, energy guys in the NBA. So I got the Lakers, and let me tell you something. Why it's really important? Because if they lose this game, they're going to have to play Denver and whoever wins between the Clippers and the Suns. This is
assuming they win on Friday if they were to lose.
Well, but I'm saying
tonight.
but it's an easier path.
Oh, I know.
Listen, you want Denver the first round or you want Memphis? You don't want Denver.
Not only is Gobert out, but the Jaden McDaniels thing was huge. He's one of the best wing defenders
The Reed
in the,
thing is
in
huge
the
to me.
league.
I
And
love
Nas
Reed.
Reed
I
is
love
huge
Nas
because you can't go to him because he's got a broken left wrist. But McDaniels out for tonight, and so definitely a short-handed Minnesota team, which could have Anthony Davis saying, "I cannot wait to get to the arena."
Well, Anthony Davis is not afraid of any player in the NBA, and when he's healthy. To me, this is more of a statement about Minnesota where they are, because when I looked at the scenario, honestly, that's not a punch that would get you suspended before a playoff game. It would be like, "Yo, this is a reprimand. We're going to talk to you. You're going to make a statement because we're trying to win." But the fact that they suspended him let me know that there's so much more. As Ali pointed out, those are the things on the surface, but there has to be a lot of things under the surface.
I disagree
because
with you.
You would have suspended. You're not suspending Shaq if he throws that.
No, but I'm saying though,
you know what I mean. You're not suspending him.
My point is, they're not serious, because if they wanted to make a statement, because he's gonna play the next game. If they really want to be serious, they're like, hey, you know what? We can't have this. We're trying to change the culture.
But do you think? My point is,
You don't suspend him.
the culture has to be bad enough to start thinking
but I'm saying
suspension.
they're gonna let him play next game.
But starts thinking any type of suspension, I think your culture's bad.
Minnesota